here. She's a 6-year-old lab. She has done some washer stuff, but she has not seen a foundation like this where it's lateral and in my hand. So she's going to be the dog I use to demonstrate this. She is a little extra noisy right now. She's in, she just came into heat, so she tends to get really, really whiny. So I'm going to try to reward her and Mark also for some quiet today, but that is just going to be an artifact of something that I know goes away when she's not in heat, so I'm not going to focus on it a ton. So we are going to start with that washer up in my hand. I've got kibbles and my clicker here. You can also use that verbal marker if you want. And at first, I'm just going to reward her for any motion towards that washer in my hand. I'm not going to ask for any duration. I'm just going to ask for that nose touch. Then I'm going to start to ask for that nose touch and eye contact towards it without looking at me. Mark and reward for that. Then I'm going to start to reward for nose touch, that eye contact towards the washer, and a little tiny bit of duration. It's only going to be a fraction of a second at first. When she gives me that, we're going to mark and reward. That's good. So we're going to start in those little increments. As soon as she's giving me a really nice solid nose touch on there with a little bit of duration, I'm going to start building up to about a second's worth of duration. If she's able to do that, then we're going to start moving the hand lower and lower down. Typically this is achieved over a few sessions. It all depends on how the dog kind of handles the behavior. So move at your own dog's pace. Keep these sessions short and sweet. Don't ask too much at one time because self-discovery and shaping can get to be a little bit frustrating and can load the dog up. So keep it short, work in little sections, and just go back and do it a few times a day. The dog will make progress through each time. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Let her go out there while I reset and get some more kibbles. All right. And if we get anything other than the correct behavior, I don't really like to say anything. We're not really going to do anything. We're just going to wait and let that dog self-discover what we do want right now. So we work in small little successive approximations. That's the fun of shaping. To move towards that goal behavior that we're going to want. And you'll see that Taboo is keeping her nose about an inch away from the washer. This is something that I actually instilled into her washer on the ground because it's a criteria I prefer. So I prefer to not have the dog with their nose immediately there. I'd like them to hold their nose about an inch off of it. So it's something I'm going to maintain and include in her criteria. And again, if it starts to fall apart a little bit like this and we're getting all kinds of leaky behaviors we don't like, I'm going to try to get her to chill out a little bit. We're going to kind of not offer or not insist on any crazy behaviors. I'm not going to push her criteria a whole lot further when she's getting into this state where we're just getting fizzy. That nose a little bit closer. Good. is about that same level where we ended, if not a tiny step back. So we're gonna start about there, we're gonna ask for that behavior, and then accelerate through. My next steps in the progression with her would be to start about here, asking for about that second of duration, eye contact towards the washer, building it down, lower, 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 until I'm able to hold it. Until I'm able to hold it about here in my hand, when she's able to give me just that nose on it. Eye contact towards the washer, no paw, about a second duration. Then I'm gonna move towards it on the ground. I don't like to add duration in while it's still in our hand, because the goal I'm moving towards is having that washer on the ground, and I wanna fade the hand out as quickly as possible. So once I get that behavior nicely with the washer on the ground, then I'm gonna start to add my duration in.